Alright, so this video is clearly about this Worx drill, which all in all I've been pretty happy with. For spending under $30, the drill itself is perfectly fine for around the house use. I mean, I've already got all the other batteries for the other tools that I have from this company, so it was kind of a no-brainer just to pick up this drill and see how it worked. So I'd like to say I've been using it pretty extensively around the house. Just over about a week ago, I was putting up some cabinets in my garage and sinking some 2.5-inch long drywall screws into some studs to hang the cabinets, and it started kind of giving up the ghost. And what it was doing was pretty much a dead giveaway that the windings were starting to burn up. It started just to really lose torque, and the motor itself would just stop. And then, of course, I started smelling electrical smoke and everything there into that. And I kind of decided, well, hey, this thing does have, I believe, a 3 or 5 year warranty. I'm going to contact the company and probably get another one. I was not abusing it, at least not that I'm aware of. I did reach out to the company. I had bought this off of their eBay page. So I contacted them through the eBay page. I went and found my purchase order that I got from them, and they said that basically if you have any problems with it, just to contact them through eBay, and so I did. So here's the brand new one, which they kindly sent out to me, and they even told me to keep the old one for parts or just to throw it away, which doesn't surprise me. I mean, these tools probably cost them, if I could guess, under $10 to make one of these, probably closer to underneath $5. So it doesn't really behoove them to send something that's broken back that they're just going to throw away anyways. After all, it's going to cost more for them to ship it than what it's actually worth, much less broken. So here's the new one. I don't see any differences. I don't know if they updated anything or not, but again, overall, I've been really happy with this little drill. I mean, for what I've used it for, it's done perfectly fine. It's well and exceeded my expectations for it. And again, once you kind of already buy into a bunch of batteries for power tools, you're kind of indentured to that brand, lest you want to spend more money to go with something else that may or may not be better. So that's that. I'm very much aware that this brand caters to home usage, so there's not really much of a surprise there for any sort of quality compared to DeWalt or Milwaukee or any of the other brands. We'll take a look here, and everything appears to be the same. And I will also say that this company I've been really happy with them. Every time I've had to reach out to them for something, I've never had a single problem with really any of their products up until now. So it's just warranty paperwork, which, yeah, I guess I'll register the warranty on the new one, but they didn't even ask me for the serial number on this one, so it kind of is what it is. But see, there is a difference here. This one was probably manufactured in 2018. This was 2017. And like I said, I did buy this about a year ago. So what we're going to do now is take this thing apart and inspect the windings. Definitely inspect the brushes, see if there's anything going on there. It does still work, just as long as, you know, I don't try to do anything overly extensive with it, because if I do, it'll just stop. But it does still work. So let's take it apart, see what exactly is wrong with it. Got my trusty Bosch drill here. Of course, I need to get a longer screwdriver for there. So that's that. Well, we'll see. There we go. Doesn't look like we do. Everything looks good in here. And I don't think I'm even going to be able to get into this thing inspect the windings. This is the gearbox. We'll definitely not crack that open, but as far as this motor goes, I might be able to take off the front part here. Let's take this apart. And of course that did nothing. I don't even think I'll be able to get into this thing to inspect the windings. Everything is pressed in. However, we can look up this motor, RS550VC-6038. So if I wanted to replace just the motor, let me check and see how much that'll cost. So just to add, this is a brushed motor, but obviously you can't get into it to replace the brushes should they ever need to be replaced. The reason for that is the cost point. This is a $30 drill at best, and everything is going to reflect that. Of course, that being said, if you were to buy a new motor, here's one on eBay for $11.45. You might even be able to get it lower with that best offer. But of course I'd have to remove the little gear here somehow. I don't know if that's pressed on or you have to heat it up to remove it. I have no idea. So here it is off Amazon for $16.99. But you can definitely get it on eBay for cheaper, and that's what I would suggest. But it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to open this thing up, at least not without destroying it, which I don't really want to do yet. But from what I see here on the windings, I'm not seeing anything that showing me that they're burned or not. So I think unfortunately I won't be able to tear it down any further. So that's that. It does have a nice switch in it. It looks like there has been an update on this new one. They moved the LED down by the battery. So it has the good old Sparky in there, just like this one did when it was brand new. So maybe I'll sink some screws for you guys. There isn't really a need to do that. But I would say that overall, I do really like this tool. These newer batteries that they have too, that have the life gauge on the back of them, are pretty nice, pretty handy. This is just a 2 amp hour battery, but what I do like about Worx is quite often you can find the batteries direct from them, and they're like really cheap. Sometimes under 15 bucks for a battery. But like I said, doing stuff around the house, nothing wrong with these. I'm definitely sold for home usage with Worx products.